NBA 2K27 just dropped a ton of new information, and one of the biggest things that caught my attention was defense. We got conservative hands-up defense, wall-up defensive cutoff, new collision interaction, and some other changes that could completely change how people defend. And as somebody who's been using my 6'9" ISO build all year, I have to say I'm actually excited about this, because everybody keeps saying that the defense is trash in NBA 2K26, but I'm about to show you why I don't completely agree with that. This is my 6'9" ISO build, and one of the biggest things I take pride in with this build isn't just scoring. It's the fact that I can guard the other team's best player. So I'm not just trying to get 20 points and call it a day, because if I'm going to call myself an elite ISO defender, I need to be able to contribute on both ends. Because what's the point of being able to score if somebody can come right back down and do whatever they want against you? So now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that defense in 2K26 is perfect, but there are times where you feel like, you play good defense and the game don't reward you. And there are animations that can be frustrating. And obviously screens can make guarding certain players much harder, but I also think some people blame the game for things that are honestly just on them as the player. So we're going to go ahead and hear what 2K27 got to say about the new defense, and then I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on defense.
On the defensive end of the floor, hands-up defense and the shot contest system have been redesigned to give players added tools for more impactful gameplay. Play with intensity and contest shots with aggressive hands-up defense by holding the pro stick up. If you're in foul trouble, you can play conservatively by holding the right stick down to stay planted while walling up. The block button is still your go-to for aggressive shot block attempts, but it rewards anticipation, so timing is what separates a clean rejection from a foul or whiff. Shot coverage feedback now displays a color-coded 8-tier feedback system that clearly explains the quality of every contest. Additionally, for every shot attempt, defenders who contribute to the defensive impact score will light up a portion of a new defensive impact indicator under the shooter. The stronger the impact, the warmer the indicator becomes. A weak contest will show up as a small white arc, while a strong contest will be a larger red one. The added feedback helps illustrate shot contest logic more clearly than previous NBA 2K titles. In 2K27, the defensive cutoffs have been expanded with the goal of giving defenders an answer for the explosive lateral movement options that dribblers have. Defenders are now able to counter a ball handler's escape moves and misdirections with a quick flick of the pro stick for a one-step cutoff to close an attacking lane, or by holding R2 to trigger a lunging cutoff to cover a wider gap. The higher a player's speed and agility ratings, the more successful they'll be in cutting off the ball handler and forcing them into a fumble or dribble pickup when using the cutoff move at the right time. In the NBA, a well-executed cutoff can jar the ball loose, and the same goes in 2K27. If a ball handler carelessly runs into a defender, a new collision system will weigh the ratings of both players to determine whether the contact is enough to knock the ball loose. It's still possible for the ball handler to lose control of the ball and regain it, but the system is designed to reward defenders who play physically and time their steals appropriately.
Alright, let's talk about the things coming to NBA 2K27. Conservative hands-up defense, defensive cutoffs, and all that. I'm going to tell you right now, defensive cutoffs is already in 2K26. You just need the E-Mover Enforcer badge to be able to do it successfully. And the hands-up defense is already in 2K26 as well. You can see me playing hands-up defense throughout the remainder of this gameplay. You're going to see me playing hands-up defense with the right analog stick, because conservative hands-up defense is already in the game. I know they say it's coming and all that, but it's already in 2K26. You literally just have to hold your right analog stick up, and it activates the challenger badge. You can see right here, my hands is up on all these defenders because I already utilized the conservative hands-up defense as you were seeing in 2K27. I already do that in 2K26. You can see right here, because I know, it's just a little secret on defense, I know that it activates challenger. I know that. And I figured that out early in 2K26. So that's how I'm able to play all this good defense by using my hands-up defense, as you can see. So I'm really interested in this because I want defense to be like rewarding like it is right now for 2K26. I don't want every defense possession to be about spamming steals or jumping at everything. And so if I'm in the right position, I want the game to recognize that, like you can see in my gameplay in 2K26. That's what good defense should be about. Being disciplined, staying in front, making the offensive player work for that shot. And that's the type of defense I want to see rewarded in 2K27. And I see this in 2K26. Most of the time, if you can play defense like myself, it is rewarded. Now, I will talk about the wall-up defensive cutoff. Now, they're telling you in 2K27 you're going to actually have to hold down on the right analog stick to do that. That's currently not a thing in 2K27. I did kind of complain about paint defense and being able to wall up, because you can try to wall up in 2K26 down in the paint by holding up, but they still can like lay the ball up over you or dunk you and stuff like that. So this could be a huge thing for people who actually play defense like myself, because one of the biggest problems when you're guarding a small guard is getting blown by after you beat the first move, right? You can play good initial defense, but if the offensive player gets that little angle, sometimes it feels like you're just watching them run right past you. So if these new defensive cutoffs actually allow defenders to establish position and cut off those driving lanes better, I'm all for it, because you can see right here in 2K26 gameplay, I'm already cutting people off. I'm already playing conservative hands up defense, and you can see it is working like a charm on here. So a lot of people on 2K26 talking about 2K26 don't got no defense, but that's a lie. It do got defense. It just sometimes it's just the player. The player keep blaming the game. Oh, 2K26 don't got no defense. Sometimes it's just the player, man. It's just the player. So then we have the new collision interactions. And this is another one I'm watching closely because I want collisions to actually matter. So if I'm 6'9" like I am in this gameplay and I'm in front of a small guard, there should be a physical difference. And you can see right now that in 2K26, it pretty much is. But at the same time, I don't want the game turning into random bump animations every possession. There needs to be balance. And that's why I'm really interested in 2K27, because I already play defense like this. I'm not trying to gamble every possession. I'm trying to read what the guard is doing. I'm trying to stay in front of them. I'm trying to force them into a bad shot. And when they call a screen, I'm trying to figure out how to get around it and stay attached. So this is the type of defense that I want 2K27 to reward, because I feel like 2K26 did a good job of rewarding this. As you can see me in these gameplay, he's 0 for 7. 2K26 has rewarded me for good defense. Okay, it's rewarded me. So I can't really talk bad about 2K26 defense. I think people just don't got good defense, right? They don't got good stick defense for real. And that's the problem. It's just the player. The player don't got defense, so they keep blaming 2K26. And they going to do the same thing on 27. If they don't got good stick defense, they're going to blame 2K27. You can see in 2K26, I'm able to play defense, man. So that's why I'm going to disagree with some of y'all that's saying 2K26 defense is trash, because I constantly see people say 2K26 defense is trash. And again, I'm not saying the defense is perfect, but if you're getting cooked every single game, then maybe it's not the game. Sometimes you, as the player, just can't guard the person that's in front of you. I'm sorry, somebody had to say it, because you gonna watch, if you continue to watch all this gameplay and what you watch so far, you see me clamping up the guards. And I want to tell you right now, all these guards I'm guarding are 6'4" and under. I am 6'9". I'm able to stop all of them with good defense. You see, I just get this block, and the defense that I'm using to stop them in 2K26 is the defense that they're talking about in 2K27. They're talking about hands up, conservative hands up. They're talking about defensive cutoffs and all of that. They're talking about being able to hold, the right analog stick and hold, the players and stuff like that. You can already do that in 2K26. You can already do that. People just don't do that, but you can already do it. I do it. So I don't really have that much problem on defense, like on the perimeter and stuff when I'm guarding guards. I just think the defense in the paint need to be fixed. Like if you down there walling up and you're a tall player against a small player, I feel like that should be fixed. But I don't know if that even gonna be fixed either, because they're saying that they got a whole new layup system in 2K27 where they can just go in there and change direction with the layup. It's kind of like having automatic, acrobat or something like that. So I don't know, man, but that actually, see, the good defenders, they are separated, right? They are actually elite players, and that's, anybody can have one good offensive game. Anybody can score when everything is going that way, but can you score? Can you create your own shot? Can you make the right decision? And then can you come back on the other end and get a stop as an ISO defender? That's what I'm saying. As an ISO player, could you come back and play good defense like me? Like, that's the thing. That's what I'm looking for. That's the type of player that I am on 2K26, and that's the type of player that I will be on 2K27. I will be that person that will ISO you, and then I'm also going to clamp you up. I do it on 2K26 all the time. You can see I'm doing it in this gameplay. I'm just showing you the clamp ups that I'm doing to these little guards. I could have showed you guys me ISOing, in this video as well, but I didn't want the video to be extremely long. I wanted to bring home a point, and I wanted to talk about defense. So after seeing everything they announced about defense in NBA 2K27, I'm honestly excited to see how this feel when we actually get our hands on the game, because on paper I like what they're trying to do. I want defense to be more about positioning, discipline, and actually knowing how to defend. I don't want defense to just be about who can spam the most buttons. I don't like that, and I definitely don't want offense to be completely helpless either. So there need to be a balance for offense and defense. So it's like, and if 2K27 actually rewards the type of defense I'm showing you in this video, then I'm going to have a lot of fun on NBA 2K27, because I had a lot of fun in NBA 2K26 playing defense and ISOing everybody. Because if you know me, I'm going to ISO. I'm going to score. I'm going to get my greens up, King Green. But I'm also going to guard you. And that's the part I think people forget about me, right? They be like, oh, he's ISOing, but yeah, I'm also going to come back and play defense on you. So let me know what y'all think, man. Do you think 2K27 is actually fixing defense, or do you think we're going to have the same problem all over again? And if you're excited for 2K27, let me know what defensive change you're looking forward to the most. I don't know. What else can I say about defense? For me, I had no problem with defense on 2K26. I'm going to be honest with you. As you can see in the gameplay, I'm not having no problem guarding these players that's 6'4" and under. The only problem I would say in defense for me in 2K26 is sometimes when you're in the paint and you're playing good, hands-up defense, they still let you get scored on and stuff like that. So that's the only really bad thing I have to say about defense for 2K26. Other than that, defense was perfect on 2K26 before people started complaining and they patched the game. Because at first, you could play defense really well by having Silver Challenger, Silver Pick Dodger, and Silver Immovable Enforcer. I'm not lying to you guys. Season 1 before the patch, you could have your defensive badge Silver and you'll be able to play good defense. Now, after they patched the game, you had to raise your defensive badges to gold and even Hall of Fame. Because you can see right here, look on the top right of the screen, my own ball minutes is Silver. My Pick Dodger in most of Season 1 was Silver. My Immovable Enforcer was also Silver in Season 1. And I was able to play good defense before they patched the game. And then when they patched the game, I was still able to play good defense. I just had to raise my defensive badges. And that's all I got to say about the defense, man. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new for more news on 2K27. The King out, man.